Welcome to the Repugen Podcast, where we transform patient care. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something really important for any healthcare practice. What do you do when a patient, isn't satisfied?
Yeah, it's crucial. We all aim for great care, obviously, but negative experiences, they can pop up.
And how we handle those moments, that's what truly matters, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something we think about a lot at Repugen, turning those negatives around.
Definitely. You might have high satisfaction scores overall, but those few bad experiences, they can really hurt if you don't manage them well. Patient loyalty, reputation, it's all linked.
We call it service recovery.
Yeah.
It's not just damage control. It's actually a chance to build a stronger connection. And, there was that data point a while back, I think it was Temkin Group.
Oh, yeah.
Said only about, 27% of people who had a really bad time kept it totally to themselves.
Wow. So most people talk.
Exactly. They share it, which just highlights why you need to be proactive, find out who's unhappy.
Before it snowballs or spreads online, yeah, you want to catch it early.
So that's our mission today. We want to walk through a pretty straightforward process for this, give you some practical steps you can actually use.
Right. Tools to address that dissatisfaction and, ideally, turn it into a better outcome for everyone.
Yeah.
Build more resilient patient ties.
Think of it as boosting your service recovery skills. So let's get right into it. A patient's unhappy, you're aware of it. What's the absolute first move?
Apologize. Simple as that. A sincere apology right off the bat.
Really? Just starting there?
Yeah, it can de-escalate things so quickly. It shows you see their experience was negative, and importantly, that you care about how they felt.
Okay, that makes sense. Acknowledge it up front.
Mm-hmm.
So you've said sorry. Then what?
Then you listen, like really listen. Let them tell their story, their whole experience, no interruptions.
Give them the floor.
Right. It shows empathy, helps you actually understand what went wrong from their side, and, you get all the details you need to actually fix it.
Okay, apology, then deep listening. Got it. Where do we go from there to sort of move towards fixing it?
The next step is reconciliation. It's about showing that empathy clearly, saying things like, I understand why you're feeling this way.
Putting yourself in their shoes.
Exactly. It builds that connection, shows you're taking them seriously, not just brushing it off.
Empathy is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've connected, shown you understand. What's the tangible thing you do next?
Action. Time to actually fix the problem. And this needs to be prompt, quick and fair.
Delivering on the promise to make it right.
Absolutely crucial for rebuilding trust. Now, the action will vary, obviously, depending on the complaint. But the aim is always a resolution that feels satisfactory to the patient.
Action, right? So you fix the issue. Is that it? Done.
Almost. Step 5 is follow-up. Check back in with them.
Oh, interesting. After it's resolved.
Yep. See if they're happy with how things turned out. It shows you're still thinking about them, that you care beyond just closing the complaint ticket,
Yeah, that extra touch probably makes a big difference. And the final piece.
Step 6 is retain. But it's more about learning, really.
Learning from it.
Yeah. What went wrong in our process? What system failed? How do we stop this specific thing from happening again? Every single complaint is basically free feedback on how to improve.
Turning it into a positive change. That makes so much sense. One thing that really jumps out from all this is that you should try really hard never to just say, sorry, can't help you.
Oh, absolutely vital. Even if the situation is complex, maybe even if the patient contributed to the issue somehow, finding a way to acknowledge their frustration and offer something, even if it's just understanding, is key for keeping them.
It avoids that dead-end feeling.
Precisely. And Dr. Wendy Lee Buff, she's a big name in this field. She talks about essential things practices need, like good ways for patients to even give feedback in the first place.
Right, making it easy for them.
And empowering staff to actually do something without needing 5 levels of approval, within reason, of course.
Guidelines, yeah.
Having a system so feedback actually leads to fixing the root cause, clear protocols for handling complaints, and just making sure everyone on staff knows these service recovery skills.
These aren't just nice to haves, are they? They sound pretty fundamental for a practice that really cares about its patients.
They really are, and it all feeds back into the bigger picture. Better patient satisfaction, better service recovery. It leads directly to better retention.
And probably better acquisition, too, through word of mouth. Happy patients tend to stick around and tell their friends.
Exactly. It builds that strong, loyal patient base every practice wants.
So thinking about all this,
Right.
That link between communication and satisfaction is so direct. Maybe ask yourself, what's one small thing, like a really immediate change you could make? Something to encourage patients to give feedback directly, maybe catch potential issues sooner.
It might be simpler than you think. A small tweak could make a big difference.
Food for thought. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Thanks for listening to the Refugium Podcast, your path to better healthcare.